All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right, before I get into this lesson, I want to say, please forgive me if you hear a lot of background noise, right? Because I'm outside at a public park that's next to a highway, and you might hear a lot of traffic, a lot of cars going by, all right? But anyway, let's get into this lesson, all right? What I want to get into is the second book of Esdras, all right? The second chapter, all right? Starting from the 38th verse on down, all right? Which is talking about the 144,000 and how Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, is going to crown, all right, the 144,000 and confess, all right, the name of the Most High, all right? Because you got people, all right, amongst Israel, you got a lot of these Israelite camps talking about we don't know the name of the Most High, all right? Particularly IUIC, all right? They teach that, you know, we don't have the name of the Most High or whatever, or not to make it a doctrine, all right? Because they call upon the Most High. The Most High is just a title. The Most High, all right? Yahweh has an actual name, a proper name that's supposed to be that he's supposed to be addressed by. When you call upon Yahweh, the Lord, the Most High, all right, he's supposed to be addressed by his proper name, man. All right, but you know, that's kind of, you know, going into another lesson. But what I just want to do is I just want to break down verse 38 on down, man. All right, so let's just get into it, man. All right, let's get right into it. Second Esdras 2, all right, second Esdras, the second chapter, all right, starting at the 38th verse. All right, so as we see right here, it says, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord. All right, those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord. That's talking about the 144,000. All right, which are the true prophets of the Lord. Okay. And of the 144,000, they are all of the nation of Israel, because the 144,000 are 12,000 from each tribe, right? Because you got 12 times 12, which is 144, but it's 12,000 from each tribe, which there are 12 tribes. So you got 144,000, and they are all of the nation of Israel because they are from each tribe. All right. Matter of fact, let's prove that with Revelation, the 14th chapter. All right, matter of fact, the 7th chapter, excuse me, my bad. So let's go to it. All right, let's go to Revelation, Revelation, the 7th chapter. All right, and it says, I just skipped to the main point. All right, this is, as you see right here, the subheading, it says the 144,000. All right, so this is Revelation 7 and 4. It says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. All right, so the 144 are of the tribes of the children of Israel, man. All right. The 144,000 are of no other nation, all right? They're not of the nation of Edom, not of the nation of Ishmael, all right? Not of the nation of Cush, not of the nation of Elam. They're of the nation of Israel, the 144,000, all right, which are the true prophets of the Lord. So it's impossible for the true prophets of the Lord to be of another nation. All right, the true prophets of the Lord are all Israelites. And who are the Israelites? You Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans. And you also got the true prophets of the Lord of the nation of Israel that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth under the other nations, looking like the other nations. You understand? All right, so let's go back to second Esdras. All right, but let's also prove something with Revelation 14. All right, because the true prophets of the Lord, which are the 144,000, like we just broke down, all right, which are of the nation of Israel, okay, they're the only ones that are able to break down and teach the Bible the correct way. All right, so let's prove that. All right, that's why they are the true prophets of the Lord. All right, there's no one outside the 144,000, all right, which are the true prophets of the Lord that are teaching the Bible the correct way. All right, you understand? So this is Revelation 14 and 1. It says, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion. That lamb is talking about Yahweh Shai, the Messiah. All right, and it says, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads, meaning they would know and understand and acknowledge the true name of the Lord, which is Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai. All right, verse 2, it says, and I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and I heard the voice harping, and I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. Verse 3, it says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne. Yet that song that they're singing, the 144,000, the true prophets of the Lord, which are all of the nation of Israel, that song that they are singing are the scriptures. The scriptures are a song. All right, meaning they preach that word, the gospel, man, the true doctrine. All right, it says, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song. All right, no man could learn that song, meaning be able to understand it. All right, have the true understanding of the scriptures. All right, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So no man could learn that song, meaning no man could understand the true understanding of the scriptures, all right, and be able to break it down the correct way, except the 144,000, because the true understanding of the Bible is not given to everyone. All right, it's only given to the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord. The only ones that could understand this Bible, understand the words of the Lord and break it down properly and teach it the correct way, are the true prophets, the true servants of the Lord, which are the 144,000. You see? Verse 3, and they sung as it were a new song before the throne, all right, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song, meaning no man could learn that gospel, all right, the true gospel of the Lord, but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. All right, so that's why you got people, many people, the rest of the people of this earth, they don't have the true gospel. They don't have the true understanding of the scriptures, man. And that's why many people also don't believe in the Bible, because they read it, all right, without understanding. Oh, what is this? 4 beasts with 10 heads and 7 heads and 10 horns, and this is madness, you know? They read out, well, what is this? All right, because they don't understand it. That understanding wasn't given to them. This Bible is written in code. This Bible is written in parables, man. All right, matter of fact, let's also get that in Amos. All right, let's get the book of Amos to prove that as well. Amos, the 3rd chapter, all right, starting at the 7th verse. All right, Amos 3 and 7, it says, surely Yahweh the Most High, all right, it's written there as Lord God, all right, but it means Yahweh, all right, the Most High. All right, it says, I'll read it, I'll read it verbatim. All right, it says, surely the Lord God will do nothing but revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. All right, so all the secrets of the Bible, they are revealed to his servants the prophets. They are revealed to the prophets. Only the prophets can understand this book, man. You understand? Not everyone can understand the Bible, man. It's not given to everyone. All right, only the elect has obtained the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible. Matter of fact, let's also get that in, excuse me, I had to raise up my voice a little bit because, you know, the loud noise in the background. But anyway, let's also get that in, I think that's Matthew, if I'm not mistaken, Matthew 13, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me go through my scriptures as well, because I got them here. I got my Bible here in front of me. I think it's Matthew 13. Yeah, Matthew 13 and 9. All right, these are the words of Yahushai. All right, these are the words of Yahushai, as you see the words that they are in red. It says Matthew 13 and 9. I'll start. It says, who has ears to hear, let him hear. All right, verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? All right, now when the Lord spoke, he always spoke in parables. All right, there's another verse that says that when he spoke, there was never a time that he didn't speak in parables. Every time he spoke and taught, he always taught in parables, because it's not meant for everyone to understand. The Lord doesn't want everybody to understand. Why does he not want everyone to understand? Because it's only it's the Lord set it up to where he only redeemed a certain amount of people, man. That where he set it up where he's only going to redeem a certain amount of people. The Lord doesn't want everybody, okay? But we'll find that out in a second. Let's keep reading. It says, verse 10, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? In parables, and parables is just another name for like a riddle. The Lord always spoke in riddles. All right, verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you. He was talking to the disciples. All right, the disciples are of the elect. All right, he told the disciples, all right, which are of the elect, because it is given unto you, meaning the elect, the ones that were chosen, predestined to be saved and delivered from the nuclear destruction. All right, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Yeah, the ones that were in predestined, all right, pre-selected, chosen to be saved and delivered, it's not given unto them. All right, because the Lord predestined a certain amount of people to be saved, and he predestined a certain amount of people to be destroyed. You see? All right, it says verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Yeah, the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Bible is not given to everyone, man. All right, to them it is not given. Verse 12, for whosoever has, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever has not, from him shall be taken away even that he has. That's right, man. All right. Verse 13, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Woo! Come on, man. All right. Let's go back, man. Let's go back. All right. See, y'all getting the understanding now. All right. Lord willing, I'm breaking it down to you in a way that you can understand, man. All right, so let's get it, man. Let's go back to second Esdras, man. All right, second Esdras, starting at the 38th verse. All right, second Esdras 2 and 38. Arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord. And again, that number is talking about the 144 true prophets of the Lord, the 144,000 true prophets of the Lord, 12,000 from each of the tribe of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. So if you're not an Israelite, it's impossible for you to be a true prophet of the Lord. And again, we already broke that down. The true Israelites are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native American men. And you also got the true prophets of the Lord that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth under the other nations, looking like the other nations as well. All right, so let's keep reading. Verse 39. All right, let me read 38 again. It says, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, which his name is Yahweh. All right, Yahweh, Yahweh. All right, verse 39, which are departed from the shadow of the world and have received the glorious garments of the world. Yeah, the true prophets of the Lord, they have departed, all right, from the wickedness of the world, the vile, profane wickedness of this world, man. All right, they don't partake in the madness that goes on in this world. All right, they don't follow after false philosophies, false religions. They don't worship false gods. They have departed from the shadow of this world, man. All right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, they're not of this world, man. They don't worship false gods and false doctrines, follow after false philosophies. All right, they have departed after the shadow of this world, man. That's why the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, they are hated. They are hated by this world, man. All right, why? Because they are not of this world. Yahweh Shai said, if ye were of this world, the world will love his own. All right, if we were just like the rest of the world would have no problem with us, man. But because we speak out against this world, all right, and the wickedness of this world, the world hates us, man. Because this world the people of this world, they just want to keep living in their madness. All right, they hear the righteousness, the righteous word, and it goes in one ear out the other, man. All right, because it wasn't, ultimately it wasn't meant for them, man. You understand? All right, which are departed from the shadow of this world and have received the glorious garments of the Lord. Yeah, they have put on this word. This word is the glorious garments of the Lord. All right, it's also the armor of the Lord. All right, so let me also get John 15. All right, John 15, the book of John, the 15th chapter. All right, starting at the 18th verse. Yeah. All right, so this is John 15 and 18. It says, and this is the Lord speaking. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Yeah, because a servant, all right, or a disciple is not above his master. All right, if they hated Yahweh Shai, all right, they will also hate us because we're followers of Yahweh Shai. So if they hated Yahweh Shai, they're going to hate us, man. All right, Yahweh Shai spoke out, all right, against this world, because this world is many evils and wickedness of this world. And the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are also speaking out against the wickedness and evil of this world, man. We hate this world, man. We look around this and we like, what the hell, man? We want to get out of here. All right. When I be on, I'll be on Instagram and I'll be scrolling, through the reels and all of that, and I'm just like, bro, the people of this world, they just gone, bro. The people of this world are gone. This world is finished, bro. The minds of these people are completely done, bro. There's literally no hope for this world, this age that we're living in, man. And there isn't, man. Because it is written, man, nothing but fire is coming to this world, bro. The people of this world are gone. When you see the madness of the minds, when you see the madness of the minds of the people of this world, when you hear them talk, bro, they're completely done. They're finished, bro. And it makes me shake my head, like, bro, like, this world is finished, bro. It is finished, bro. It's done. It's done, man. All right. So let's keep reading. It says, John 15, 18. If the world hateth you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Yeah, because again, a servant is not above his master. Let me grab that real quick. That's Matthew. That's the book of Matthew 10. All right. Matthew 10 and 24. All right. Matthew 10 and 24. All right. Yeah, Matthew 10 and 24. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. Yeah, so, if your master gets hated, you're going to get hated too. All right, because you're a servant of your master. You follow after your master. And we follow after Yahweh Shai. All right, so if they hated Yahweh Shai, they're going to hate us, man. All right, because we're servants of Yahweh Shai, man. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Ratazah, I am one of the Lord's true servants, man. All right, so let's go back to John 15. Right, John 15 and what was I, 18, right? John 15, 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world will love his own. Yeah, if the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, if they were of this world, then the world will love us, man. All right, but the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are hated, man, because we speak out against this wicked ass world. All right, this wicked ass current age that we're living in, man. This vile, profane, and disgusting, abominable world, man. Because you people of this world, you're nothing but faggots, man. Nothing but faggots and homosexuals, lesbians. All right, and we speak out against that, man. And that's why the true prophets of the Lord are hated, man, because we say things like that, man. All right, homosexuality and lesbian and this shit is fucking vile, man, and wicked as hell, man. And you people are going to be destroyed, man, by nuclear fire in this third world war, man. All right, when this place, you know, called America, which is Babylon the great daughter of Babylon in the Bible, is going to be wiped off the face of this earth. You people are going to be, you're going to be wiped off the face of this earth with it, man. And this is why the true prophets of the Lord are hated, because we say things like this, man. We speak out against this wicked ass kingdom, man. You adulterers, all right? You homosexuals, you lesbians, man. This shit is vile, man. That's all against the Lord, man. You know? And we speak boldly out on the highways and hedges and speak boldly against this world, man. You know? All right? It says, if ye were of this world, the world will love his own. But because ye are not of this world, but I have chosen you out of the world hateth you. All right? Yeah, because we're not of this. We're not like the rest of this world, so the world hates us, man. All right? That's why the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, they stick out like a sore thumb, man. Because they don't go along with the get along, man. All right? We don't follow a multitude to do evil, man, like the scriptures say. Follow not a multitude to do evil, man. And the rest of this world is flooded in wickedness, man. And that's why this earth is going to drown in nuclear fire. Straight up, man. All right? Verse 18 again. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world will love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. Yeah, the Lord chose the elect out of the world. Because a lot of people like to say, oh, I found God. You don't find God. The Lord finds you, man. He picks you, man. When he picks you the time he wants you to be picked out of this world, man. Because you got to understand, the elect is already, the elect was chosen from the beginning, man. You got to understand, the Lord declared the end from the beginning, man. There's no such thing as free will, man. All right? Everything that goes on in the world, it's of the Lord. The Lord controls everything, man. Everything that's going on in the world, it's the Lord doing it, man. You understand? Verse 20, remember the word that matter of fact, let me prove that real quick. I think I could prove that with, matter of fact, if I go up. Yeah, all right. Verse 16, it says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. Woo! Come on, man. And that's not a lie, man. The Lord don't lie, man. You know? 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter. For all the words are faithful and true, man. All right? You see, the Lord, he says, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Yeah, the Lord chooses you. If he wants you to be of the elect, you will come out of this world and partake in of being the elect, man. A lot of people like to say, oh, I found God, like as if it was of their power, like of their own power to go find the Most High. No, man. All right. Come on, man. It says, remember the word that, verse 20, remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. You see? If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. And that's exactly what they do, man. All right? These videos that we put up, all right, Esau, Edom, he likes to chop them up and make it say like we said something we didn't. You know, he like to edit the videos. All right? When they put the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord on the news, because it's gonna come a time where they're gonna put us on the news, man, and make us look crazy, man. Hey, but that's part of the persecution, man. They're going to make the true prophets of the Lord try to look like false prophets. They're going to try to demonize, which they already do. But there's going to come a time where it's going to be on a major level, man. You know? They try to keep Yahushai's words and trap him in his words. They're going to try to do that with us too, man. You know? All right. So it says, remember the word that I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. Yeah, they put Yahushua to death, right? So therefore, they're going to put the true prophets of the Lord to death. Did they not put the disciples to death? Right? Matter of fact, let's also get that. That's in the book of Revelations. Let's get the book of Revelations. I think what's that? Revelation 20, right? Revelation 20, man. All right, where Apostle John, he's seen the vision of the men of the Lord getting beheaded, man. Why? Because they didn't take the mark of the beast, because they were preaching the word of the Lord. All right, let's get it. All right, Revelation 12:4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them. All right, and judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai. All right, it says Jesus right here, but we know that's not his true name. All right, the true name of the Lord, the Messiah, is Yahushai. That's the name you call upon. That's where the power is at. The power is in the name of Yahushai. All right, and I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushai. That's the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord. All right, for the witness of Yahushai and for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushai 1,000 years. You see, so Apostle John on the island of Patmos, he's seen the vision of the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord being beheaded and killed. And that's getting ready to come, man. That's getting ready to pop off in these last days, man. All right? And Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Ratazah, you know, I get that honor, man, to die for Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, man. I hope I do. Let's keep it going, man. You know? Just so I could prove to the Lord, man. Let's get it. All right. Let's go back. 2nd Esdras 2:38. So it says, arise up and stand. Behold, the number of those that be sealed in the feast of the Lord, Yahweh, all right, which are departed from the shadow of the world, all right, and have received glorious garments of Yahweh. Take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of Yahweh. All right. Verse 41. It says, let me read 40 again. It says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of Yahweh, which is talking about the elect, man. All right. It says, verse 41, the number of thy children whom thou longest for is fulfilled. Yeah. All right. When the elect is sealed. All right. Beseech the power of Yahweh that thy people, which have been called from the beginning, may be hallowed. Yeah. All right. The elect were called from the beginning, man. They were chosen from the beginning, man. All right. Everything is predestined, man. They were called and chosen from the beginning. The ones that were chosen out of this world, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, all right, those that were chosen out of this world to come back to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, all right, they were chosen from the beginning, before the earth was created, man. You understand? All right, come on, man. It says, verse 41, the number of thy children whom thou longest for, the elect, is fulfilled. beseech the power of Yahweh, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. Woo! All right. Verse 42, I, Esdras, all right, because you got to understand this is a vision of that Esdras saw, the prophet Esdras saw. All right. It says, I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people whom I could not number, and they all praise Yahweh with songs. Woo! And that's talking about the elect, man. All right. The same thing is written in Revelation 7 and 9. All right. The book of Revelation, the 7th chapter. All right. It says, verse 43. All right. Hold on a sec. It says, verse 43. It says, and in the midst of them and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature. All right. Taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. Yeah, and that man, all right, that young man of high stature, taller than all the rest. Hold on, let me let this truck go by. All right, that young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, that's talking about Yahweh Shai, the Messiah. All right. Amongst all the elect, the 144,000, all right, the Lord is taller than all of us, man. He's going to be the tallest one. All right. It says, verse 43, and in the midst of them there were a young, let me read that again, excuse me, I'm a little excited. All right. Verse 43, it reads, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns. In every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. And again, that man is talking about Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai himself is going to crown each and every one of the elect, man. Each and every one of the 144,000, man. Because those men are you know, are to be praised, man. You know, are to be, you know, they done a good work. I ain't gonna say, yeah, because they done a good work, man. You know, they confess the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in the world. They praise Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai in the world. They stood stiffly for that name, confessing that name. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, preaching the word, doing the work, being diligent, man. You know, they are those men are to be honored, man, and respected, man. Double honor to those men, like the scriptures say. You know, the men that labor in the work, in the truth. You know? All right. So verse 43 again, it says, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, which is talking about Yahweh Shai the Messiah, taller than all the rest. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So he was more exalted than everyone, man. Yahweh Shai the Messiah was more exalted than everyone. All right, because he's the Lord, he's the Messiah, man. He's second in command under Yahweh the Most High. That's our Lord, man. We can't even worship Yahweh without going through Yahweh Shai, man. You know? He's the mediator. He was more exalted than the rest of the elect, like it says right here. And upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So our own Lord, the Messiah, our Lord, man, Yahweh Shai himself is going to crown us. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, I am of the 144,000. I get to receive that crown of life, man. You know? Verse 44, it says, so I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing. All right, the mortal clothing being the wickedness and the vileness of this world, man. All the vainness and profane things of this world, man. You know, false philosophies, false religion, false gods. We put off that mortal clothing and we came into the truth, man. The true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. All right, please excuse me of all that noise, that traffic noise. I know y'all hear that, man. That's crazy. All right, verse 45, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal. Yeah, all right, because this word, all right, the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's word, all right, that's the immortal clothing, man. Like the scriptures say, the grafted word which is able to save your souls, man, because we're going to be immortal. All right, did not Apostle Paul said that that mortal shall, let's get that real quick. All right, that the mortal shall put on immortality and corruption, shall put on incorruption. Woo! All right, 1 Corinthians the 15th chapter. Let's grab that real quick. All right, let me also grab it in my scriptures real quick. All right, give me a second. All right, yeah, verse 51. Let's grab that real quick. All right, verse 51, 1 Corinthians 15 and 51, it says, behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. All right, so when the angel blows that last trump, in the twinkling of an eye, snap of a finger, like that, boom, our bodies are gonna be changed. All right, you know, immortality is gonna put on immortality, as we're gonna read. All right, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. Woo! All right, come on, man. All right, so when this corruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. Woo! All right. O death, where is thy sting? O grave, where is thy victory? Yeah, because we're going to live forever in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to rule this planet Earth forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. A billion years from now, we're going to be living, ruling this planet Earth, man. All right? Come on, man. It says the sting of, verse 56, the sting of death is sin, and the sin and the strength of sin is the law, man. All right, come on, man. Let's go back into second Esdras, man. All right, second Esdras, and finish that off real quick. I'm almost done. All right, second Esdras, the second chapter. All right, starting at the verse, I was at verse 40, I think, or 43, 45. All right. It says, verse 45, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal. Hey, man, now everybody want to come, all this traffic want to come by now. All right, verse 45, it says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God. Woo! Yeah, we have confessed the name of Yahweh. All right, the name of Yahweh. All right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord are confessing the name of Yahweh. All right, Yahweh. All right, that's the true name of the Lord, man, the Most High. Because you got Israelite camps, you got Israelites bugged out, man. Talking about Yahweh is not the name. You're not supposed to be teaching in that name. All right, we gonna see, man. All right, the Lord said, call upon the name of the gods you have chosen. All right, and particularly, I'm talking about IUIC, man. All right, they really believe that the name of the Lord is not important, man. When you read the book of Romans, the 10th chapter says, those who call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, man. So if you want to be saved, you got to call upon the name of the Lord, man. Come on, man. It says, and have confessed the name of God, man. The true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, they have confessed the name of God, man. Matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Sirach, man. Let's get the book of Sirach, man, the 17th chapter. All right, I think it's the 17th chapter. All right, the 10th verse. All right. It says, which the book of Sirach is also known as the book of Ecclesiasticus. All right, I should say the book of Ecclesiasticus. All right, the book of Ecclesiasticus the book of Ecclesiasticus 17 and 10. It says, and the elect shall praise his holy name, which is Yahweh. All right, the elect shall praise his holy name. The elect will confess and praise the name of the Lord and teach the true name of the Lord, man. Did not Yahweh Shai say when you go to preach the word, all right, baptize him in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, man? Come on, man. Let's get it, man. Let's go back, man. 2nd Esdras. All right, 2nd Esdras. Let's finish this off real quick too. All right. It says, verse 45 again, it says, he answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of God, which is Yahweh. All right, Yahweh, all right. And now it says, now are they crowned and received palms. Come on, man. All right, the elect is crowned, man. They're going to receive a crown of life. All right, it says, then I said unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them? Which is Yahweh Shai, the Messiah. All right, he asked the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God, woo, whom they have confessed in the world. Woo! Yo, this is powerful, man. The true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, they confess in the true name of the Most High and his Son, Yahweh, and his Son, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai being the Son, man. All right. Then it says, so he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of God whom they have confessed in the world, man. So all you IC members that talking about Christ this, Jesus Christ that, y'all gonna be destroyed, man. All right. It says, then began, all right, continuing on, it says, then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh. Come on, man. All right. That stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, man. All right. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people what manner of things and how great wonders of Yahweh thy God thou hast seen. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I like going into that, man. I read this all the time, bro. You know? And you know, I think not too long ago, I did a video on this, going through it. But, you know, I like going through it, man. You know, I like reading this, man. You know? And there's always new people watching, you know? So you never know who's watching. You always break things down, man. All right? And Apostle Tahar, you know, he mentioned to keep going into the basics and all of that, man. You know? This is why you got to keep going to the basics, because there's always people asking questions, you know, basic questions that, you know, you would think people would know, you know, but there's always new members coming in, because the elect is almost sealed, man, you know. All right, and it's our job, the scriptures say, study to give answer, man. All right. So, you know, Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Ratazah, this lesson was edifying. I want to say call Halayim, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakal Quitash. All right, so on to the next one. Shalom.